ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, in the last class I read this 15th shloka. 15th shloka, that is Sharira Vang Manobhir Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchayite Tasya Hetavaha. So this is the shloka which we read, and we are supposed to read the Bhashyam now. So the context is that Lord Krishna is telling about say Sankhya Krutante Proktani. In an earlier shloka we saw that Vedanta or Jnanam is the culmination of all actions, in the sense that, not in the sense that action will lead to Jnanam. All actions have to end, have to culminate in Jnanam. So that is what he told earlier. And then Sarva Karmanam Siddhaye, there are five karana, there are five accomplishing factors, karanani, the five accomplishing factors for every action. He was saying that is Adhyathanam, the human body, then the karta, the notion that one is a doer, then Karanam, the means, various organs of action, etc., and then Pruthak Cheshtaha, Prana Cheshtaha, the energy in the body, and then Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam, various Anugrahaka Devatas of all these Indriyas. So that is what he said. And then the next shloka we were reading, that is Sharira Vang Manobhihi, etc., etc. So this particular shloka says that whatever action that has been commenced by a person, Sharira Vak Manobhihi, that is Trikaranaihi Yadyat Arabhyate, whatever has been started by these three karanas. Three karanas are, what are the three karanas? The human body is one, the mind, and the body, the limbs as a whole. Vak, Manas, and also Vak, Sharira, Vak, Manas. Vak is speech, Manas is Sankalpa Vikalpa. We first decide that we have to do a thing, and then we go ahead with that. So that is, the mind comes into picture there. So these three things are there. So, and Nyayam Va Viparitam Va, whether it is something which is dharmyam, that is whether it is in accordance with dharma or whether it is not in accordance with dharma. So whatever be the action, whatever be the type of action, these five which we saw in an earlier shloka, that is 14th shloka, Adhishtanam, Karta, Karanam, etc., etc., these five are the accomplishing factors behind every karma. So that is what was the shloka. We have to read the Bhashyam. Sharira Vang Manobhihi Yat Karma Tribhihi Etaihi Prarabhate Nirvartayati Naraha Nyayam Va Dharmyam Shastriyam Viparitam Va Ashastriyam Adharmyam Yachapi Nimishita Cheshtadi Jivana Hetuhu Tadapi Purvakruta Dharma Dharmayoreva Karyamiti Nyaya Viparitayoreva Grahanena Grahitam. Okay. So, whatever action that is started by these three karanas, Sharira, Vak and Manas, whatever action has been started, Sharira, Vak, Manobhihi, that is Trutiya Bahuvachanam, by whatever action has been started by all these three, Prarabhate means Nirvartayati, that is whatever has been started, whatever has been executed, not only Prarabhate, Prarabhate means commencing, but Shankaracharya also gives the meaning Nirvartayati. Nirvartayati also means executed, whatever is executed, Naraha. Nyayam Va executes, rather, not executed, executes, Nirvartayati, executes. Then Nyayam Va, Nyayam means according to Nyaya. Nyaya, Nyayam, Dharma, Dharmyam. So that is the thing. Nyaya means, strictly speaking, Nyaya refers to that school of what we call Tarka Shastra. But here Nyaya means something which is to do with Dharma. Nyaya And something which is in accordance with Nyaya is called Nyayam. Something which is in accordance with Dharma is called Dharmyam. So Nyayam means Dharmyam, that is Shastriyam, that which is in accordance with Shastra. Then Viparitam. Viparitam means something which is contrary. Contrary means something which is Asastriyam, Adharmyam. Then Yachapi Nimishita Cheshtadi. And Nimishita Chesta. Nimishita. Nimesha, you know the word? Nimesha. Nimesha means, in Telugu we use it as, to refer to a minute. Nimesha, you say. But Nimesha literally means the blinking, the winking of an eye. Just batting of an eyelid is called Nimesha. Animesha, Unmesha Nimishotpanna Upanna Vipanna Bhuvanavalihi. Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhuvanavalihi, we read in Lalita Sahasranama. That is, by just opening her eyes, all the worlds are woken up, and then by closing her eyes, all the worlds are withdrawn. So that is how she is praised there. So Nimesha is batting of an eyelid. So Nimishita Cheshtadi Jivana Hetuhu. Even ordinary actions, even very, very routine actions like closing an eye, just breathing, and then just moving your hands, feet, etc., etc., they are also a result of your Purvakuta Dharma. Somebody may be able to see properly, somebody may not be able to see properly, somebody is a lame fellow, somebody is a deaf fellow. So various actions of the body, they are also determined by the Purvakuta Dharma, Adharma. So that is what it is. Yatchapi. Yatchapi means even those Nimishita Cheshtadi Jivana Hetuhu. Nimishita Cheshta. Nimishita is something which is like closing of an eye, and Cheshta, various other bodily actions, etc. Jivana Hetuhu, just routine actions which are done for mere living. Mere living means Jivana Hetu does not mean living means it does not refer to any employment or something like that. Something like taking say food from your fridge and then eating it. So many even literal actions. Simple actions, simple daily routine actions, they are referred to here, not any serious action. Even those things, they are also the karyam, they are also the result of your purvakruta dharma. So somebody who is not able to see, he will not be able to do that properly. So somebody who has got some other defect, he will not be able to do them properly. So that is it. All those things, nyaya viparitayoreva grahanena grahitam. So by using this word nyayam va viparitam va, so he is including, Lord Krishna is including every human activity. So that is what it means. Every activity, whether it is a karma, which is not only a Shrauta karma, Smarta karma, but every activity which is done for Jivana Hetu, every activity which is done in a very, very routine way, all those things are also included here. Because for all those things, these five are the Adhishthanam, Karta, Karma, they are the common factors. For all routine actions, those five are the routine factors behind the actions. Then Panchaite Yathoktaha Tasya Sarvasyaiva Karmanaha Hetavaha Karanani. So by karma we normally refer to the Shrauta Smarta karma. So it is true. Normally, when we refer to this karma, we refer to Shrauta Smarta karma only in the context of Gita. But in this present line, it also includes all routine karmas, because for all routine karmas also these five things are commonly there as common factors. So pancha ete pancha means these five, yathoktaha, what have been told, tasya sarvasyaiva karmanaha hetavaha, for the whole activity of people, karanani, they are the hetus, they are the karanani. Then nanu adhishtanadini sarvakarmanam karanani. Adhishtanadini sarvakarmanam karanani. Kathamuchyate sharira vangmanobhihi prarabhyate iti. Prarabhyate iti. So this is a small question, small ashanka, small doubt. It is not a big purvapaksha or anything. So sometimes very small doubts are also raised and clarified, isn't it? It need not be a very big purvapaksha. Purvapaksha does not necessarily referring to an important point in issue, but though it is not a very important point, it is also raised. The point here is, you have referred to five factors which are behind any action, that is adhishtanam, karta, karanam, then prutak cheshtaha, daivam, etc. All these 5, they are the things mentioned. So you have mentioned 5 initially, and then you are now saying sharira, vak, manobhihi. Sharira, vang, manobhihi, you are only mentioning 3. How is it? So that is the point. So you are saying that there are 5 factors, but now you are only telling about 3. Sharira, vang, manobhihi. What happened to the other? So that is the meaning. So you see this line, Nanu adhishtanadini sarva karmanam karanani. So this adhishtanam, karta, all these things, karanam, these things are sarva karmanam karanani. They are the say accomplishing factors for every karma. Then kathamuchyate, then how is it said? Sharira vak manobhihi prarabhyate iti. How is it that you are saying that say actions are started by sharira, vak and manas only? That is it. Not a very big Purvapaksha, but anyway, that is answered, that is being answered. Naisha doshaha, there is nothing wrong in this. Vidhi pratishedha lakshanam sarvam karma.
Vidhi pratishedha lakshanam sarvam karma.
Shariradi traya sadhanam.
Shariradi traya pradhanam.
Yeah, the traya pradhanam, that is correct. Traya pradhanam. Tadangataya darshana sravanadicha.
Tadangataya darshana shravanadicha.
Jivana lakshanam.
Jivana lakshanam.
Tridhaiva rashikrutam uchyate.
Tridhaiva rashikrutam uchyate.
Shariradibihi adhishtanadibihi arabhate iti.
Shariradibihi
Adhishtanadibihi arabhate iti. What does your book say?
Adhishtanadibihi is not this. Arabhate.
Okay, perfectly okay. Shariradibihi arabhate iti. Adhishtanadibihi, and one more adjective, that's all. So, naisha doshaha, there is nothing wrong. Vidhi pratishedha lakshanam sarvam karma. Now we are coming to the karma which is of the nature of vidhi pratishedha. So, earlier we have talked about the factors behind all actions. For all actions, that is whether it is eating, whether it is drinking, whether it is looking at a thing, cognizing a thing, for all the things, there are these 5 things which are causative factors. Whereas now we are coming to this vidhi pratishedha lakshanam sarvam karma. You are coming to something which is in accordance with dharma, or which is in discord with dharma, which is opposing dharma. So all this activity, shariradi traya pradhanam. You see, all types of classification we have seen earlier. Shariram tapauchyate, manasam tapauchyate, then vachikam tapaha, what is the word said? Vachikam, vachika, kaika, vachika, manasa. These 3 things, this is the general classification for all things, for all vidhi pratishedha, for all karma in the framework of vidhi and pratishedha. For all the karma, for all the activity which is in the framework of vidhi and nishedha, that is for all the shrauta and smarta karma, we are making a classification according to these 3 types only, and not according to bodily chesta, inhaling, exhaling, etc., etc. They are irrelevant. They are also included in this. They become included in this. So that is the point which Shankaracharya is going to say. So, sharira, you see, vidhi pratishedha lakshanam sarvam karma, shariraditraya pradhanam. So, the important factors are sharira, vak, manas. Trikarana we call it. Trikarana shuddhi also we say. So, trikarana pradhanam. Tadangataya darshana sravanadicha jivana lakshanam tridhaiva. Tadangataya means, suppose you take the body, you take one sense organ, say eye. Eye is seeing something. So, tadangataya is actually whatever is done by the eye, it is something which is sharira nirvartyam only. Whatever is done by the eye is also sharira nirvartyam, isn't it? Whatever is done by the ear is again sharira nirvartyam. So here Mr. Nilakanta again writes the same point. Sarveshu karmasu panchanam samanepi upayoge vidhi pratishedha lakshanam trividhameva karma shastre prasiddhamiti. So he writes, so in all activities, though all these 5 are there, this vidhi pratishedha lakshanam, when you take into consideration this vidhi pratishedha lakshanam karma, then these 3 only come into picture. This is sharira, vak, manasu, they come into picture, and not your prana chesta, etc. So that is what he says. Idam shariram karma Manasamidam, Vachikamidam, iti Vyapodeshaha, Dehadinam, Pradhanyapeksha, iti na kaschid virodhaha. That is what Nilakantacharya also writes. So this is what is Shariram karma, this is Manasam karma, this is Vachikam karma. So this type of classification is there. So Tadangataya means whatever is done by the eye or whatever is done by the ear, all these things, they are Sharira Nirvatyam only. So that is why Tadangataya. Anga means as a limb, Tadangataya, as part of it. Tadangataya eva, Darshana Shravanadi cha Jivana Lashanam, Tridhaiva Rashi Kurtam Uchyate. Tridha eva, Tridhaiva. Tridha means three types. Tridha, Dvidha, Tridha, Chaturdha, Panchadha, so Dhadha Pratyaya. Tridha means three ways. Tridha eva, Rashi Krutam. Rashi means grouping, group. Rashi Krutam Uchyate means they are grouped into three only. Rashi Krutam Uchyate, Sharira, Shariradibihi, Adhishthanadibihi, Arabhade iti. So in these three types only they are told, Shariradibihi, Adhishthanadibihi, Arabhate iti. So though all this Adhisthana etc. are all there, you are normally classifying into three groups only. It is not a big Purvapaksha, a small doubt. So that is it. Phalakalepi tat pradhanaihi bhujyate iti.
Tat pradhanaihi
Bhujyate.
sadhanaihi bhujyate.
Fine. Bhujyate iti. Panchanameva hetutvam na viruddhyate.
Panchanameva hetutvam na viruddhyate.
Okay. Phalakalepi. Phalakalepi means when whatever action you have done, it yields result. It gives the fruit. Then how are you enjoying it? Again enjoying with these three karana only. Mainly with these three karana only. That say pranadi, chesta, etc. That is common. That is a common factor. This phalam is enjoyed by these three karanas only mainly. Phalakalepi tat pradhanaihi. Tat pradhanaihi means this three Shariraditraya pradhanaihi. This Shariraditraya pradhanaihi, it is written by in some other notes. Tat pradhanaihi. You can note down Tat pradhanaihi. What is that Tat? Tat refers to Shariraditraya. That is Sharira, Vank, Manas. These three. Tat pradhanaihi means Shariraditraya pradhanaihi sadhanaihi. Bhujyate. Bhujyate means that phalam is enjoyed. That phalam is enjoyed by Sharira, Vak and Manas. Then Panchanameva hetutvam na viruddhyate. This hetutvam, these five being hetus, it is not actually contradicting this thing, because all these five are also included in these three. Whatever you are saying, whether it is five or some other thing, they are included in these three only. So that is the point. Pradhana karmani antarbhutamiti. You see, Anandagiri also writes, Dehaditrayasya pradhanasya angam chakshuradi. Dehaditrayasya pradhanasya angam chakshuradi. This chakshu, etc., they are the angam. Then tan nishpadyatvena jivana krutam darshanadi. Whatever has been done by this eye, by this ear, etc., jivana krutam darshanadi. Darshanadi means seeing, etc. Pradhana karmani antarbhutam. In the main karma, they become subsumed, they become antarbhavati. Antarbhavati, you know the word. Antarbhavati means something which becomes a part of something else. That is called antarbhavati. So, antarbhutamiti, traividyam aviruddham ityarthaha. There is no contradiction. When you say that Sharira, Vak, Manas, by this Sharira, Vak and Manas a person is doing a karma, it is not contradicting with the statement that there are five factors behind every action. So that is in simple words, that is the substance. So tat pradhanaihi bhujyate iti panchanameva hetutvam na virudhyate. These five being the cause or causative factors or accomplishing factors, it is not contradicted by mentioning only three here. So that is the point. Then tatra iti. So next shloka. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyah pashyatya kruta buddhitvat nasa pashyati durmatihi. So we are now seeing a person who is say considering himself as the doer. There are two things which are told in this shloka in the commentary. One is a Dehatmavadi. A Dehatmavadi who thinks that whatever action is being done, it is by the body-mind complex. So that is number one. Then there is another fellow, there is another man who is slightly more, who is closer to Vedanta, whereas, why? Because he accepts that there is something which is called Dehadi Vyatirikta Atma. One is a Dehatmavadi, the other is Dehadi Vyatirikta Atma. There is one Atma which is distinguished from this body-mind complex, there is, he says. But then he attributes Kartrutva to Atma. So that is also bad. So one is Dehatmavada, one is beyond, slightly above Dehatmavada, this is Atma Kartrutvavada, let us say. So Atma is the Karta, he is that is the Tarkikas, Vaisheshikas, etc., they belong to that class. So the dualists, they belong to that category. So both those things are included in the Bhashyam here. So we are now seeing in this shloka that whoever thinks himself as the Karta, so he is a Durmatihi. Durmati means he is a fellow who has improper understanding. Dushtamatihi, yasya Durmatihi. So let us see the shloka. Tatra evam sati. Tatra means in this context. Evam sati. While this is so means Shariravaং Manobhihi, that we have to take. Shariravaং Manobhihi Nyayam va Viparitam va Panchayate Tatra Tasya Hetavaha. So all these factors are there behind every action. While that is being so, while it is so, Kartaram Atmanam Kevalam Yaha Manyate. Yaha Pashyati. This Pashyati, the verb is in the second line. Pashyati Akrita Buddhitvat. That Pashyati means the one who sees. Sees means one who understands like that, one who thinks like that. Like what? Atmanam Kevalam Kartaram Pashyati. This Atma is Kevalam. This Kevalam is an adjective for Atma. Kevala. Sakshi Kevalo Kevalaha Chetano Kevalo Nirgunascha. Something is there. Kevalaha. Kevala means apart from that Supreme Atman there is nothing else. Kevalaha. Only one is there. Kevala means only one. Only one means there is nothing else. That one is manifesting as all these things. So that is the Siddhanta, isn't it? So that is Kevala Atma. Kevalam Atmanam Sa Katham Pashyati. Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. He looks at it as Karta. Kevala Atma, the Shuddha Atma, this Atma which is unconnected, which is unbound, which is untouched, unaffected by any karma, this particular person is seeing it as Karta. So that is the meaning. Is it clear? Tatra evam sati, while this is being so, Kevalam Atmanam, Anvayam you do like this, Kevalam Atmanam, that is Shuddha Atma, this pure Atma which is unconnected by anything, this person Kartaram Pashyati, he looks at it as, or he treats it as, or he understands it as the Karta, he understands it as the doer. Pashyati, why does he do so? Akruta Buddhitvat, because he is an Akruta Buddhi. Kruta Buddhi means one whose mind has been properly created. Kruta and created both are same words. Kruta means one which has been properly molded, let us say. Everybody has got a mind, but then whether it is properly molded or not is the important thing. Akruta Buddhi, one whose buddhi, one whose intellect is not properly molded. So that is what is Akruta Buddhi. That is one with an improper understanding. Akruta Buddhi, Kruta Buddhi. One whose intellect is not properly molded. So because of that, Nasa Pashyati. Durmatihi, he does not see the truth. Nasa Pashyati means he does not see the truth, he does not see the reality. He is Durmatihi. He is a fellow with a mediocre, he is a mediocre fellow. So that is the meaning. So is the shloka clear? Shloka, is it clear?
One more Pashyati.
Yeah. Nasa Pashyati. Nasa Pashyati means he is not seeing it rightly. Yah Pashyati Sapashyati. Like that. Yah Pashyati Sapashyati is one who sees like this, he sees the truth. So here, Yaha Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati, the Anvaya is like this. Yaha, the one who Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati, he treats this Kevala Atma or Shuddha Atma as Karta. So one Pashyati is over. Nasa Pashyati, so he doesn't see the thing properly. He is a Durmati. He is a foolish person, he does not see the things properly. So that is it. Let us see the Bhashyam. Tatra iti. Okay. Tatra iti prakrutena sambadhyate.
Tatra iti prakrutena sambadhyate.
Prakrutena sambadhyate means, tatra means in this context. Prakrutena means in this context. Prakrutena sambadhyate means in this context. Then evam sati evam yathoktaihi.
Evam sati evam yathoktaihi.
Panchabhir hetubhihi nirvartye sati karmani.
Panchabhir hetubhihi nirvartye sati karmani.
Tatra evam sati iti.
Tatra evam sati iti.
Durmatitvasya hetutvena sambadhyate.
Durmati iti durmatitvasya hetutvena sambadhyate.
So this tatra evam sati is being told to show he is using the word durmati. So this durmati, why is he calling him durmati? While this entire thing being so, he is looking in a different manner. While the background is like this, he is not understanding the background, and then he is looking at Atma as the Karta. So that is the point here. Durmatitvasya hetutvena. So this is the cause to call him Durmati. This is the reason for calling him Durmati. While these pancha are the factors, so this fellow, he is treating Atma as the doer. Whereas Krishna is very, very clearly saying that this Adhishtanam, Karta, all these things, they are the doers. But he is not saying that Atma is the Karta. Whereas this fellow, he is treating Atma as the Karta. So that is why he is a Durmati. So Tatraivam Sati iti Durmatitvasya hetutvena. So this Tatraivam Sati words are used basically to show that this Durmati is thinking otherwise, while facts are something else. So that is the point. Tatra teshu Atmanam Anyatvena avidyaya parikalpya. Atmanam Ananyatvena avidyaya parikalpya.
Atmanam ananyatvena avidyaya parikalpya.
Taihi kriyamanasya karmanaha. Ahameva karta iti. Where is it? Karta iti. Kartaram Atmanam. Kevalam Shuddham tu. Yah pashyati avidwan. Kasmat Vedantacharyopadeshan nyayaihi akruta buddhitvat. Asamskruta buddhitvat. Okay, full stop. We'll put a stop there, though my sentence is still continuing. So, tatra means teshu. Teshu means in all those things, all those actions. Atmanam ananyatvena avidyaya parikalpya. Ananyatvena means not different from that. That is treating this Atma as not different from these five. So, Lord Krishna has made a very clear statement. Adhishtanam, Karta, Karanam, Vividhasya Pratak Cheshtaha, Daivam, etc. He said, he has not told about Atma itself. Whereas this mediocre person, he thinks, he puts Atma in the same footing. He puts Atma on the same footing. He treats Atma as not different from these five. Ananyatvena. So, tatra teshu means among them, in those five, Atmanam Ananyatvena avidyaya parikalpya. By his avidya, by this fool's superimposition, wrong perception, because of this wrong perception, avidyaya parikalpya. Parikalpya means having visualized like that. Kalpana is visualization. Having visualized like that, like what? That is treating Atma as not different from these. Then, taihi kriyamanasya karmanaha, that is the action which is being done by or performed by or executed by those five factors. What is this man thinking? Ahameva karta iti. I am the karta. So this man is thinking that he is the karta. Then karta iti. Kartaram atmanam kevalam shuddham tu. Whereas Atma is kevalam shuddham. Kevalam means shuddham. Kevala is something which is unaffected by anything. The only one and only one which is unaffected by anything and which is appearing as many. So that is what is kevalam. Shuddham tu yah pashyati avidwan. This fellow avidwan, one who is not a realized person. So kasmat, why does he see so? Why does he perceive so? Because whatever has been told by the Vedanta, whatever has been told by the Acharya, so all these things, they have fallen on deaf ears, let us say. They have fallen on deaf ears. There is we use the word, it is falling on deaf ears. That is, it has gone above his head. So, Vidwan Kasmat Vedanta Acharyopadesha Nyayaihi. There are three factors here. Vedanta is one, Acharyopadesha is one, logic is one, Nyaya. Nyaya means that is what is Mananam. Manana Yuktibhihi Anuchintanam Mananam, isn't it? Nyaya here refers to not Tarkashastra, it refers to Manana. Manana is meant for what? Manana is basically meant to logically validate whatever has been told. Whatever has been told in the scripture, you are supposed to logically examine and then bring it to your experience. So, Vedanta is one, Acharya, the teacher, is one, then Nyaya, the logic. He has told something and you are also supposed to do Mananam. You are also supposed to think about it logically. So, Nyayahi Akruta Buddhitvat. The buddhi has not been properly molded by him by all these three. Akruta Buddhitvat. Asamskruta Buddhitvat. Asamskruta, his mind has not been properly purified. His mind has not been elevated. That is it. Asamskruta Buddhitvat. Asamskruta Buddhitvat. Full stop. So we have seen one person who is a Dehatmavadi, who is attributing all activities to himself and he thinks that he is the doer. Then Yopi, you are talking, we are now coming to this Tarkika. Yaha api. Yopi is the one who, Yopi. Dehadi Vyatiriktatma Atmavadi. Anyam Atmanameva Kevalam Kartaram Pashyati. Atmanameva Kevalam Kartaram Pashyati. Asavapi Akruta Buddhireva Ataha Akruta Buddhitvat Nasa Pashyati Atmanaha Tattvam Karmanova Ityarthaha Ataha Durmatihi Kutsita Viparita Dushta. Okay, we'll see this line later. Okay, Anya Yopi. Even the one who, Yaha api, even he who, Dehadi Vyatiriktatmavadi, one who accepts that there is one Atma which is different from this body-mind complex. Dehadi Vyatirikta. Vyatirikta means which is apart from that, Atmavadi. Anyam Atmanameva. So this Atma, he thinks, okay, he accepts that Atma is something different. But then this Kevalam Atmanam, though it is Atma is of the nature of Kevala, he is seeing this Kevalam Atma as Karta. Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. There are three things which are in, say, Dvitiya Vibhakti. Kevalam, Atmanam, Kartaram, all the three. But translation is slightly different. Kevalam Atmanam, that is, this Kevala Atma, the Shuddha Atma, is being seen by this fellow as Karta. That is it. Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. So he is seeing this as Karta. Kartaram Pashyati. Asavapi, Asau Api, even he. Asau Api means even he. Akruta Buddhireva, even he is somebody who is an Akruta Buddhi. So these Akruta Buddhis are of two types. One is a Dehatmavadi. One is Dehadi Vyatirikta Atmavadi, but at the same time Atma Kartrutvavadi. So he is attributing Kartrutva to Atma. So Akruta Buddhireva, Ataha Akruta Buddhitvat, because of that, Nasa Pashyati Atmanaha Tattvam. So he does not see the reality of Atma, the Atmanaha Tattvam, the real nature of Atma, Karmanova, and he does not see the nature of the real nature of karma. Karma is something which is executed by the body-mind complex. So he does not know the real nature of Atma. He does not know the real nature of karma. Karmanova, or of karma. So that is what it is. Then that is why he is called Durmatihi. Let us read Durmatihi. Kutsita Viparita Dushta. Ajasram Jnana Marana Pratipatti Hetu Bhuta. Matihi Asya iti Durmatihi. Sa Pashyannapi na Pashyati. Yatha Taimiriko Anekam Chandram. Yatha va Abhreshu Dhavatsu. Chandram Dhavantam. Yatha va Vahane Upavishtaha. Anyeshu Dhavatsu Atmanam Dhavantam.
अन्येषु धावत्सु आत्मानं धावन्तम्.
Okay. Where is it? Kutsita. Durmati. Ataha. Therefore, Durmatihi. The word Durmati is being explained. Kutsita, Viparita, Dushta. Kutsita Buddhi. That is something which is not able to see properly, which is crooked. Kutsita really means crooked, but in this here it is not such villainous and crooked, but wrong perception. Viparita. Viparita means contrary, something which is contrary. Then Dushta. Dushta means dosha yukta, which is associated with so many defects. Dushta means not really bad. Bad is the common meaning. Dushta, the actual meaning is from the word dosha. Dosha is a defect. Dushta means something which is affected with those doshas is called dushta. Something which is affected with dosha. There are so many doshas, there are so many errors in perception. So erroneous, let us say, dushta is something which is erroneous. So because of that, Ajasram Jnana Marana Pratipatti Hetu Bhuta Matihi. So Ajasram is always, this is the cause, this Dushta Buddhi is the cause for this Jnana Marana Pratipatti. This Jnana Marana Pratipatti means getting it. Pratipatti literally means Jnanam. Jnana Marana Pratipatti means he is attaining. Here it is attainment. Jnana Marana Pratipatti Hetu Bhuta Matihi Asya. So this particular Mati is cause for this eternal rotation in this Jnana Marana wheel. So that is why it is called Durmati. So because it is leading to this eternal wheel called Jnana and Marana. Matihi asya iti Durmatihi. Sa pashyannapi na pashyati. So though he is having some sort of understanding, that is not the right understanding. Pashyannapi na pashyati means he is somebody like a fool. And he is giving some examples. Yatha Taimirikaha anekam chandram. Somebody with a defective vision. Taimirika, we know this word.
Yes.
Defective one with a defective vision. Anekam Chandram. So he looks at the Chandra moon and then he sees it. He sees several moons. Not only moon, any object. So here of course Chandra is given as an example. Or otherwise, Yathava, or otherwise, Abhreshu Dhavatsu. Abhra means Megha. Abhram Megho Varivaha. As Amarkosha says, Abhram is Megha. Megha means cloud. Megheshu Dhavatsu. That is Abhreshu Dhavatsu. That is Sati Saptami. While the clouds are flying above. Clouds, what do we say? What do we call it? Flying of the clouds, or what do we call them? Okay, fly, let us say. While the clouds are flying above, moving above, then it looks as though the moon in the clouds, the moon is moving. Sometimes we see, very often we see, the clouds are moving, but then we see as though, we perceive as though the moon is moving in a particular direction. So that is something which is a sort of, what do we call, there is a term for that, this is a illusion. What is this? Optical illusion as we call it. It is a sort of optical illusion. Chandram dhavantam yathava vahane upavishtaha, or you are sitting in a vehicle. You are going in a, you are sitting in a vehicle. And then anyeshu dhavatsu atmanam dhavantam. You are sitting in a stationary train. And then while all other trains are moving, you feel as though your train is moving. So that is it. So probably I don't know what example Shankaracharya had at his time. Maybe he was sitting in some vehicle and then he noticed, we do not know what sort of vehicle he noticed. Yathava vahane upavishtaha. Nowadays we very clearly see, we are sitting in a train, the next train is moving and we feel as though our train has started. Upavishtaha anyeshu dhavatsu means while others are running, atmanam dhavantam, we feel as though our vehicle is running. So that is it. So like that, this particular person is wrongly seeing, while Atma has nothing to do with any activity, you are attributing all activities to Atma. So that is a very totally wrong error, wrong thing to do. So that is why he is called a Durmatihi. Then who is the opposite of Durmati? The opposite of Durmati is Sumati. We have got a Sumati Shatakam also. Sumati is the opposite of Durmati, one who has the right perception, Su plus Mati. So, Kah punaha Sumatihi, Yaha Samyak Pashyati ityuchyate. So, Shankaracharya himself has used this word Sumati. So, probably our Sumati Shatakakara must have taken the word from him, or maybe it is a common word also. So kah punaha, who then? Kah punaha means who then? Sumatihi, who is the person with the right understanding? Samyak pashyati, one who sees correctly. Uchyate, it is being told. Let us see the shloka. Yasya naham kruto bhavo
यस्य नाहं कृतो भावो
buddhiryasya nalipyate
बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते
hatvapi sa iman lokan
हत्वापि सैमान् लोकान्
na hanti na nibadhyate.
न हन्ति न निबध्यते.
Okay, yasya na aham kruto bhavaha yasya buddhihi na lipyate, the one who does not have this ahankruta bhava, the one whose buddhi is not lipyate, then hatvapi sa iman lokan, such a person, iman lokan hatvapi na hanti na nibadhyate. So nayam hanti na hanyate, we have seen it earlier also in second chapter. You see, yasya, for the one who bhavaha na ahankrutaha, bhavaha means bhavana or thinking. In whatever action you do, na ahankrutaha. Ahankrutaha means the ahankruta is used as an adjective for bhava. Bhava is bhavana or thinking. Ahankruto bhavaha means the notion that I am the doer. That ahankruta. Ahamkara means the notion of I. Ahamkruta means having that notion called I. So that is it, ahankruto bhavaha. So yasya na ahankruto bhavaha. That ahankruta bhava is not there. The one in whom this ahankruta bhava, this notion that I am the doer, that notion is absent. The one in whom that notion is absent, he is that nahankruto bhavaha. Then yasya buddhihi na lipyate. This buddhi does not get lipyate. It does not get tainted. Tainted by what? Tainted by this upadhi dharmas. This body-mind complex is the upadhi, and whatever this upadhi is doing, you attribute on yourself. And then you feel that you are happy, you are sad, you are this, you are that, etc., etc. That is what is called lepanam. Lepanam actually means painting. Lepanam, suppose you take some paste and then you paste on some, you put it on something and then you paste it. So that lepanam, actually lepanam is something like an ointment or pasting. So here this buddhi is not say tainted like that, it is not painted like that. You can also use the word painted. So buddhi is not painted by the activities of this body-mind complex. Buddhihi yasya na lipyate. The buddhi does not get entangled, let us say. Buddhi does not get entangled in the activities of the body-mind complex. So such a person, iman lokan hatva api. So even by killing, hatva, having killed all the lokas means the whole worlds. Even if you, terminate, like the Terminator movie, even if you become the Terminator for the whole world, all the worlds, then hatva pisa iman lokan, all the lokas, even if you terminate all the worlds, exterminate all the worlds, na hanti, na nibadhyate. He does not hanti, na nibadhyate. Of course, here again we have to be very cautious when we come to the word hanti, because Upanishads have a way of saying a thing emphatically. In order to convey something which is emphatically, okay, like Hyderabad there is a proverb like Barakun Maaf. So something, have you heard it or something like that? Nayam hanti. So Upanishads and Kathopanishad also we have come across Nayam hanti na hanyate. You see, Bhagavad Gita, somebody can say, okay, there is a question of war, the overall context is that of a war. And in this war situation, Arjuna is being told, okay, you go and kill, etc., etc. That sort of meaning can be given. But even there, Shankaracharya has very, very clearly told that Natra yuddha kartavyata vidhiyate. That yuddha is not something which is being told or prescribed by Arjuna, by Krishna. Natra yuddha kartavyata vidhiyate. Yuddhe pravurtasya Arjunasya, some such sentence was there. A person who had already commenced yuddha, who had already who had already gone around and then mobilized all the friends for war, suddenly he has become disoriented, suddenly he lost his sense of right or wrong. So for that man, he is only giving a larger picture. So that is what Shankaracharya explained, but it does not mean that he is goading Arjuna for war. So here again we have to see Hanti. The Upanishad, Kathopanishad, there is no context of war. Kathopanishad, there is no context of war, Nayam Hanti Nahanyate, etc. There is no context. But still the Upanishad says that Nayam Hanti. So it means it is a way of saying, it is a way of putting something in a very, very emphatic way. So that is another thing. And even if you think that Arjuna is being asked to do Yuddham, etc., etc., even if you think Arjuna is not an individual, Arjuna is acting on behalf of the state. Arjuna represents the state. For example, Rama kills Vali. So nowadays children, they put a question, is it very unjust, Rama killed Vali, etc., etc. Rama was not an individual there. Rama was a king. His duty as a Kshatriya was to restore dharma. So Vali was a person who had abducted the wife of his brother, and then who also he had taken the portion of the kingdom from his brother. So naturally this man had to do some, he was within his right to rectify that defect. So that is why if Rama was acting in a particular way, he was acting as a state, a person who at that time, now suppose you imagine there is a war between India and Pakistan, something going on. So the army general is doing something, he is ordering attacks on the enemy. So he is not affected by all these things. He is not affected by that particular karma. He is not doing any karma on his own. He is doing it as a matter of dharma. His dharma, swadharma. So in both ways we can take. In the present context, Arjuna is not an individual who is being goaded. Arjuna is a representative of the state. He is acting on behalf of the state. So that also we can in that sense also we have to understand. So because this Hatva is something which is misinterpreted by people. Krishna is encouraging Arjuna for war. Arjuna was a pacifist. He was looking for peace, etc., etc. So this Hatva is used in Upanishads also. Not only in Gita. That is a way of putting something in a very emphatic way. Whatever you do, you will not be affected by the karma. The point to be told is, whatever you do, you will not be affected by the karma. So there is a speech called Atishayokti. There is a figure of speech rather. Not speech, figure of speech. Figure of speech called Atishayokti. You know Atishayokti. So you just exaggerate and say. So that is what is Atishayokti. Hyperbole we say in English, hyperbole. So what is that? There is another word called Arthavada also is there. Of course here it is not Arthavada, it is Atishayokti. So Hatvapi Saiman Lokan Na Hanti Na Nipadhyate. You can also take it as Arthavada. Arthavada is telling a thing in a very, very powerful way in order to praise something, or denounce a thing in an equally powerful way in order to denounce it. So when you want to praise it to the skies. If you want to condemn, you condemn it to the depths of hell. So that is something like that. So na hanti na nibadhyate. Let us read this Bhashyam. Punaha so samyak pashyati. Okay. Yasya shastracharyopadeshanyaya samskrutatmanaha na bhavati ahankrutaha ahamkarta ityevam lakshanaha bhavaha
न भवति अहंकृतः अहंकर्ता इत्येवं लक्षणः
भावना प्रत्ययः एते एव पञ्च अधिष्ठानादयः अविद्यया आत्मनि कल्पिताः सर्वकर्मणां कर्तारः न अहं तु तद्व्यापाराणां साक्षिभूतः अप्राणः अमनः शुभ्रः अक्षरात् परतः परः केवलः अविक्रियः इत्येवं पश्यति इत्येतत्. Okay, yasya nahankrito bhavo, that is being explained. Yasya, the one who say acharya upadesha shastra acharya upadesha nyaya samskrutatmanah samskrutatmanah. So this man is a samskrutatma. Samskrutatmanah is shashti ekavachanam. A samskrutatma. Samskrutatma, how is his atma sanskritized or purified? It is purified by shastra, that is Shastra is one, Acharya is one, Nyaya. That means whatever has been there, what is there in the book has been told by his guru, and whatever his guru told, he has also done some mananam. So by these three things, his mind has been samskrutam, his mind has been refined. So Atmanaha na bhavati aham kurtaha bhavaha. What is this aham kurtaha? Aham karta ityevam lashano bhavaha. I am the doer. So that sort of the thinking which is characterized by this thought, I am karta. So that sort of thought is not there. So bhavaha, bhavana, pratyayaha. Pratyayaha means understanding. Pratyaya is understanding. That sort of understanding is not there. Then what does he think? Ete eva pancha adhishthanadayaha. These five. Ete eva means these only, not me. These only. Ete eva, these only. What are they? Five. Pancha adhishthanadayaha. Avidyaya atmani kalpitaha. These are things which have been falsely visualized in Atma. Avidyaya. Because of ignorance. Because of this adhyasa. These are all superimposed on the Atma. So that is what is the right understanding which he has. Avidyaya atmani kalpitaha. Then sarvakarmanam kartaraha na aham. These are the kartaraha. Kartaraha means the plural of karta. Kartarau kartaraha. So this kartaraha means these are all the agents for action of all these actions. Sarvakarmanam, agents for all actions. Na aham, not me. Then what am I? Aham tu, on the other hand, I am. Tad vyaparanam sakshibhutaha. I am the sakshibhuta, I am the illuminer, I am the illumining consciousness of all these actions. I am that sakshi, I am that witness. Witness also, there is no action in that witness. Witness is only for namesake. It is not as though somebody is watching every action and all that. Sakshibhuta means that which is enabling all these things to take place. That consciousness which is enabling these things to take place, sakshibhutaha. Then he is quoting a line from Mundakopanishad, Aprano Hyamana Shubhro Ksharat Paratah Paraha. So that is a line from Mundakopanishad. Apranaha. Apranaha, there the Shankara Bhashya is Avidyamanaha Kriya. Prana, we know that prana represents this Kriya Shakti. Any bodily activity involves this prana Shakti, isn't it? Without this prana Shakti, there is no bodily, whenever you lift a thing, whenever you do any action, there is the process of inhalation and exhalation. They come into picture. So this prana Shakti, this Kriya Shakti is not there in the supreme, say Brahman. The supreme Brahman, there is no Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti is there only in the Maya. Maya only, that Kriya Shakti, all this Shakti, when you say Shakti, it is a manifestation in that thing, that supreme Brahman. This Kriya Shakti itself is not there in Brahman. So avidyamanaha Kriya Shakti bhedavan chalanatmako vayuhu yasmin asau apranaha. That is where this Kriya Shakti is not yet manifest. Once it manifests, it becomes Maya. So that is it. Maya is the thing which is associated with the Shakti, and Shuddha Brahma is something which is beyond that, which is pure Jnanam, which is of the nature of pure Jnana Swarupa, which is of the nature of pure Sat and Chit. So that is it. We also call it him. We don't call it he, we call it which, that. Then Amanaha. Amana in the same manner, there is no thinking, there is no mind rather. We don't say that God is mindless or anything. Amanaha means mind is characterized by the sankalpa, vikalpa, etc., etc. Sankalpa, vikalpatmakam manaha, isn't it? So there is this supreme being or Brahman or Chaitanyam or consciousness is of the nature of pure Jnana. Shuddha Vijnana Ghanam, as we call it. That pure Ghanam, pure awareness, let us say. Pure awareness or pure consciousness. And there is no mind or a particular thinking, a sankalpa or vikalpa. So this so-called mind actually is influenced or illumined by that supreme thing. So that is why it is called this apranaha, amanaha. Then similarly, shubhraha. Shubhra we know, shubhra we just discussed. Shubhra means shuddha, which is untouched by any activity. So that is one thing. Then aksharat parataha paraha. Aksharat, akshara. Akshara is again Naksharati. Naksharati means again that it refers to that not referring to that supreme Brahman. Because we are now saying Aksharat Parataha. That is beyond that Maya. Akshara, we have also seen contexts where it refers to Maya and not Supreme Brahman. There are certain contexts where this word Akshara is referring to Brahma. There are contexts where this Akshara is referring to this Maya. And also sometimes referring to this Hiranyagarbha also. We have also seen certain cases. So depending on the context we have to see. So this is something which is Aksharat Paratah Paraha. This is something which is beyond that Akshara also. So this is I am that Sakshi Bhuta. I am of the nature of that Aprana. Then Prana means all this Kriya Shakti is not there in that Chaitanya. That Kriya Shakti is not there. I am that Supreme Chaitanya. Then Amanaha, which is beyond this mind, beyond this bodily action, beyond the mind, and then beyond that Maya Shakti also. So that is, I am that Supreme. Then Kevalaha Avikriyaha, Kevala, the one and only thing, Avikriya, the unchanging thing. Then Ityevam Pashyati, Ityetat. So the Sumati is the one who sees like this. Sumati versus Durmati. Then Buddhihi Antahkaranam,
Buddhihi Antahkaranam,
Yasya Atmanaha Upadhibhuta,
Yasya Atmanaha Upadhibhuta,
Na Lipyate Na Anushayini Bhavati,
Na Lipyate Na Anushayini Bhavati,
Idam Aham Akarsham,
Idam Aham Akarsham,
Tena Aham Narakam Gamishyami Ityevam,
Tena Aham Narakam Gamishyami Ityevam,
Yasya Buddhihi Na Lipyate,
Yasya Buddhihi Na Lipyate,
Sa Sumatihi Sa Pashyati.
Sa Sumatihi Sa Pashyati.
Okay. So Buddhihi, Buddhi means Antahkaranam. Yasya Buddhihi, the one whose Buddhi, the one whose mind, not mind, Antahkarana, this intellect, Atmanaha Upadhi Bhuta. This Buddhi is only an Upadhi. It is only a Buddhi or Antahkarana is only an Upadhi for the Chaitanya, isn't it? Buddhi or Antahkarana is only an Upadhi which is illumined by that Chaitanyam. And so that is why this Buddhi na lipyate, here we are again talking about the real understanding. This Buddhi Antahkaranam yasya Atmanaha Upadhi Bhuta na lipyate, it does not get tainted, it does not get affected, get entangled with this Upadhi. Na Anushayini Bhavati. Na Anushayini Bhavati means it does not go along with Anushayini. Shayana means sleeping. Literally the word means Shayana is sleeping. Anushayini means sleeping along with, sleeping with something. Sleeping with something means getting affected by that. Getting affected by that, say, Nalipyate na Anushayini Bhavati. What else can we say? Na Anushayini Bhavati means it does not go along with that. You see, body-mind complex is doing some actions. This buddhi or this proper understanding, this sumati, we are now talking about this sumati. So this proper understanding is not going in that current. Na anushayini bhavati. It is not going in the same manner, whereas it is sitting above. This buddhi is something which is sitting in a detached way. It is not moving along with that. Na anushayini bhavati. It is not sleeping with that. Means it is not moving along with that. It is not getting affected by that. So in that way we have to understand. Na anushayini bhavati. Idam aham akarsham. Oh, I have done this. Idam aham akarsham. I have done this. Then tena aham narakam gamishyami. By this I will go to hell. Ityevam yasya buddhihi nalipyate. In this manner, the person's whose mind does not get affected. So that is the mind means that buddhi, the proper understanding, does not get affected. So his buddhi has now risen to the level of that supreme consciousness. So he is understanding. So he is in that state of pure awareness. So we are now talking about this say buddhi in the sense of pure awareness. That pure awareness, he is in that state of pure awareness. And then all the bodily mind actions, bodily movements and other actions, they are not affecting that particular understanding, or rather that understanding is not moving along with these bodily actions. Na anushayini bhavati. It is not moving along with these actions. So then, because of that, so he realizes that say all these actions, they are not going to affect him. So he doesn't think, okay, I have done this, I will go to hell, etc., etc. In that manner, he doesn't think. Is the time over? Sa sumatihi sa pashyati. Hatvapi sa iman lokan.
Hatvapi sa iman lokan.
Sarvan praninaha ityarthaha.
Sarvan praninaha ityarthaha.
So even if he has killed the whole, he exterminated the whole universe, so he will not go to hell. Na hanti hananakriyam nakaroti.
न हन्ति हननक्रियां न करोति
न निबध्यते
न निबध्यते
नापि तत्कार्येण अधर्मफलेन संबध्यते.
नापि तत्कार्येण अधर्मफलेन संबध्यते.
So this person, because there is no action in him, in action in him means there is action anyway, but there is no actor. So that is how we have to see. There is action. This is jnani karma. In other words, jnani karma, which we have seen in second chapter, third and fourth also. Jnani karma, a jnani who is doing karma, but then from his point of view, there is no karma. From people's point of view, there is karma. From people's point of view, there is action. From his point of view, there is no action, because he has risen to that level of awareness. So we will see that in the next class. Hatvapi nahanti iti nanu. There is a small purvapaksha. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.